Good morning. It is the end of week 5, right? Q4. We passed the 50K challenge, so that's nice. I didn't live stream today because I was like, oh, I could just pass it off of opening yesterday. I recorded that one. Unfortunately, yesterday I kind of cooked my cousin. That shit sucks though, but it don't matter because we get that shit right back. Um, I'll pass that shit quick. Just start one next week and then boom, you know. Um, and yeah, just I'm gonna take that nigga to pay out, And it's different than Monkey because Monkey is all the way over in Philadelphia. Is that Philadelphia? No, that was Philadelphia. Um, but now yeah, this Monkey guy, he's in Philadelphia, so I can't be like right there next to him to help him out and shit. And he on the Express account he was up 1,700. I'm like, damn, you were up 1,700 and you didn't just lock out. Like, damn, dude. I probably would have locked out of the band. I don't know. But you see, that's where greed gets you. And greed got the best of me yesterday. Not on my account, on my cousin's account, because I was like, oh, we're only 400 away from passing. And I was like, we can pass this bitch right now, right here. I tried it out and did so horribly, and that's entirely on me because I over leveraged, and I only needed 400. So why the fuck was I using 50 micros, 5 minis? I don't know. I just wanted to be done when I could have. All right, we only need 400 because I already made 200 last night on his account. It could have been. We need 400 left. Let's just go in the morning. That's what I should have done. Cause I woke up this morning. I went to bed early as shit last night. I went to bed like fucking 9:30. I usually go to bed like fucking 12:01, right? But that made me wake up at like 7. I woke up. I checked the chart. Holy shit. Whatever. I let news play out, and at 9, I'm like, damn. I see a decent set of short setup. Take out this weight. Boom. Short setup. It didn't hit all the way to TP, but that shit would have passed that nigga's account. And we would have been. I passed yesterday, he passed today, and we both would have started the Express on Monday. But greed got the best of me. And that's where you have to like your fight your what's it called? Fight your urges as a human. Cause no, like everybody fucking experiences the same thing. Like as a human, like yeah, you have a little bit of individualistic life, and you have your own free will and your own unique experiences. But all your problems, all your emotions, they're not as unique as you think. Like everybody else experiences the same emotions. Maybe not in the same way. They might not have the same way of getting over them or dealing with them, but everybody experiences emotions. Um, and greed. I don't think greed is an emotion. It's more so like, I don't know. I don't know that many fucking words. I didn't read that much. I don't read that much. So my vocabulary isn't as strong as it should be. But like yeah, greed got the best of me, and it's not something that just fucking goes away. It can happen to anybody. But it's just how you maneuver around that and how you take it. I took that shit on the chin. I fucked up. So whatever. But is it the end of the world? No. And like for him, it might seem like the end of the world because like he's just starting off. He's like, damn, it was so close. I just got fucked up, and I'm not even the one that fucked up. It's my cousin that fucked it up. But at the same time, he's seen me for the past 2 weeks. Green, 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 green. Everything I say, it just fucking happens because I've worked and worked and worked and worked to have a complete understanding of this shit. So he's not as upset, if it was just like a lucky thing. Like, no, it was pure skill that got us there, and it was my greed that fucked it up. And I know that I'll get back to it. I know that I could easily fucking get him an Express account. Just take the greed out. Just focus on growing that shit out. Just focus on growing that shit out. And that's it. I get them paid by the end of the month. This is the first of the month. Maybe week 2 recap, week 3 recap. I'll be back here. And I'll be, yeah, my cousin got to pay out. Hopefully it's over 2,500, maybe 5 bands. We'll see. You know, if I'm still next to him during all of this, it could be 5 bands. It could be a 5-figure check. Who knows? We'll see. But he's gonna see how real this internet money shit is. You know, cause like he doesn't really know much about this. Like this, like I'm the only person that knows about this in my family. You're not knows, like other people know, but like they don't do much. Like I'm the only person doing this shit. I'm gonna show him, and he don't got a job right now. You know, he's unemployed, so might as well fucking spend it trying to make trading work out, which he will make work out. Why? Because I'm right here to guide him through. You know, and hold on, I'm getting a call. How do I decline? Okay, so what I was saying, he has me to guide him. You know, and this didn't just come out of nowhere. I didn't just pick up trading fucking last month and fucking make it work. Like, no, I've been grinding for 2 years, on and on, day in, day out, day in, day out. Just kept going and going and going and going and going and going. And it's all paying off. Everything's starting to work out. I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor come to fruition. And it's fucking beautiful. It's great. Like, it's just so peaceful. Like, I'm like, damn. Everything's finally happening. Like, everything I wanted. Like, you know, and there are its downfalls because now everything's happening. I don't spend as much time on the charts. I spend 30 minutes an hour. What the fuck do I do with the rest of my day, you know? I still don't got money to fucking buy supercars and just start, you know? Soon I will, you know, but for now I gotta focus on boom, 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 grinding. And then this isn't like the first large amount of money that I've come into, you know? Like last time I came into a large amount of money, I fucked it up. And this time I cannot fuck it up. You know, like I bought a little bit of shit, you know? But like I got all that shit out of my system, you know? Like the only thing that I need to keep buying is fucking weed. You know, like weed is my biggest expense, you know? Like weed, maybe like 300 a week. If I start going to Michigan, that shit will cut down by hella. So I might go to Michigan because I'll get fucking like some good ass wax. Like, you know, it's fucking seven. Like you get 15 grams of wax for $100. That shit's insane. You know how many 15 grams of wax gonna cost me up here? Like fucking, like after tax and everything. Even if you get a good ass deal on wax, like let's say $30 after tax, that shit $55 times 15. That's like $600, and I save myself like 500. You know, just for a quick hour and a half drive. I think it's worth it. You know, and then I'll just be good on weed for so long. Like my fucking weekly shit will go down from 300 a month to fucking like 100 a month. Cause there's no way I'm going through fucking 15 grams of wax in a week, right? But like that's my only expense, you know, and I'm paying my fucking loans off and shit. But you know, I need to bring that shit down so I can get better credit, and then my credit could get back to 750. You know, that's where I was at before. You know, I fucked everything up. But like, you know, everybody thought I was crazy. They're like, damn, dude, you're putting everything on the line. You're gonna get started, you're getting cooked and yada yada and yada yada and this and that. But I had the vision. Like, while everyone thought I was crazy, I thought I was a visionary. You know. And I'm not saying do this at all. This is horrible advice. Do not do that at like whatsoever. If it's your last option, you want to do it, that's on you. I'm not telling you to do it, you know. But that's what I decided to do because I wanted to have my full focus on the chart. Um, and now we're back. We're back to like a fucking 660, you know, which isn't good, but it's all right. It's okay, especially with the history shit. But give me 6 months, I'll be back at a 750. You know, like this credit shit, like it's easy to understand. Like it's easy, like like within 6 months of me having my credit, I have my first like $10,000 card. You know, like this credit, like if you know how to leverage it and you start using it right, how you pay off everything on time and you keep your percentages right, and then like so with the credit card, like let's say you start with the $500 credit card right as your first credit card, like if you're starting off, they're gonna give you $500 unsecured shit, right? And this is completely off trading, So if you want to skip over, go ahead and skip over. But this is something that you should be wanting to listen to, right? So your first credit card starts off with a $500, right? $500 credit card, and your next one's probably gonna be $500 too, because they're gonna be like, damn. But then on those two, like you use them, like spend $500 a week, $500 a week, And some people might not be able to do that, I was able to do that, spend $500, $500, $500, put everything on that fucking credit card, pay that shit off, pay that shit off. Every time you use it, pay it off the same day if you want to. Like it doesn't give you any derogatory marks, right? Pay attention to your statement date. What is your statement date? Right? Pay attention to when your bill is due. Your statement date, when your bill is due, you want to pay that bitch 5 days before, like 5 to 3 days. I always did 3 days. You pay off more than the minimum amount, right? So a credit card, you have 100%. So let's say you have the 500. Bring that bitch down to 7%, 3 to 7%. That's where you're gonna want to aim for at the statement date. It don't matter what it is by the time you gotta, you pay your shit up, pay the minimum payment. But at the statement date, make sure that shit has 3 to 7%, right? Boom. Like within 2-3 months, they're upping your shit because they're like, damn, dude, he's using so much. Where's he gonna up this shit, right? Boom. Now it's up to $1,250. You get another one. Boom. Now that bitch is at 2,500, right? By the time you get your third one, right? You start using all of those, like you like reports. You keep it at 7%. By month 6, if you make anywhere over like $75,000 a year, you'll have a $10,000 credit card, And then after that, you could use that shit to start fucking trading and buy fundeds. But if you don't want to buy fundeds, I don't know the legality of this, So this is just for educational purposes. You can set up, you could go to Stripe, you could go to fucking just anything that sells a digital product, right? You sell your digital product, make it 9K, swipe that card, 9K, boom. You're gonna get charged the fee for it, like the processing fee and yada yada, whatever. Boom, now you have $9,000 liquid that you can invest and put into a live account. I don't know if it's legal or not, so don't do it. That's not what I did at all. I don't know, maybe. But, I didn't do that. But if worse comes to worse, then you're like, fuck it, Like, you're probably not gonna get arrested for that shit. Anything under $100 grand, you're probably not getting arrested for. Just say like, damn, I couldn't pay that shit off. Declare bankruptcy. And I just use it on like fund it, like just trying to make it work. And if you have to declare bankruptcy, that shit goes away in 7 years. So that's the way I thought about it. At least it goes away in 7 years. So by the time I was like 28, right, 28 would have been gone. And, if this wouldn't have worked out, but that's not the case. This was always gonna work out, But you can use credit, You can use credit cards to buy funded. And if you follow the right risk management plan, right, everything within 6 months, you can make it work, But back to whatever the fuck we were talking about, right? Because I just went off topic. So all this shit, like all this training shit, like to my cousin it might seem like the underworld because we lost this shit, but once you get in that mindset, in that mode, you're like, okay, so I lost it, whatever, I could just pay, and then boom, buy another one, right? And you're like, I could just buy another one. I could just buy another one. What is it, $50? I could just buy another one. I could just buy another one. I could just buy another one. It's like, all right, like. I'm not saying just gamble, and just throw the 50 like it's nothing, but you're fine. But if you're up to your neck and you're like, damn, dude, this is my last amount of money, you're like, damn, like, you're gonna perform less better. You're either gonna be under so much pressure that you're gonna perform at a fucking accelerated rate, or you're gonna be under so much pressure that you can't handle and you're cooked and you're cooking yourself, So yeah, basically just fucking focus on growing that shit normally, Think about your mental health, like how you're taking everything, like what you're looking for, like how you're thinking about everything, like it does take a toll on you, you know. Not like a pussy way, but like like accept your flaws and like accept your cons and like what you do wrong and how you think about it wrong and shit like this and shit like that, you know. And you'll have a lot better of a time trading if you just fucking accept your flaws instead of just no, and just fucking fight it and fight it and fight it. You know, if for whatever reason next week I lose the Express account, so what? I could go buy another one and then restart the challenge, and but that's not gonna be the case. We are going to get a payout out of this Express account. And if I've been green for 2 weeks, what's another fucking week of green? And all of those days need to be 200 for me to get payout, and that shit's easy as fuck, you know. So my goal for this payout, we're like what day 12, day 15, day 16 by the end of this, you know. So what happens then? Um, that's 16 days. That's 3 weeks. Like I at least want to make like 5K, maybe six. You know, at least be like 1,700, 2K for each week that I've put into this. You know, to show that it's that you can make more money in this job, basically. But if we can't do that, and we're completely fine, right? Because we want to be in the mindset that okay, we're growing this for the future. We don't have to get a fucking insane payout the first week. We're growing it for the future, you know. So if that doesn't happen, I'm fine with it, and that's what you have to be okay with. You know, you have to be fine with thinking about into the future instead of I'm gonna get paid next week, and then you try to max it out, and then boom, now you lost the count and you're cooked. You know, so just trust the process. Be calm about it. And be like, all right, I'm good. I got this. You know. But next week we will grow the account. If we don't get it to 6K to take that 3K payout, well, and 6K, that's not even that much. Like we could do that shit. Depends on how much size I grow with and how long I hold, but we could do that shit, you know. Um, Even 10K. Like if I could hit 10K by the end of next week on the account, fucking beautiful. Five K payout on a boom in those 3 weeks, you know. Divide that like into 15, 16 days. That 5K. That's like 300 a day, I think. Something like that. I don't fucking know. Fuck. I forgot how to do math, chat. Oh, my brain is not braining. Let's just say 5K and then that's what we're getting paid. That's not what we made, you know. So technically, we would have made more per hour. But whatever I get paid, I'm gonna put in the thumbnail like, oh, this is what I made per hour, you know, because like only 2, 3 of my streams have been over an hour. None of them have been over 90 minutes, you know. So the hourly rate of this is quite insane. People are like, what? How does he make that much an hour? And like I could make more, but I don't want to fucking sit here all day. So I'd rather just sit here for an hour and just call it a day and go fuck off for the rest of the day, do whatever I want, you know. Which is why like I've been looking into what do I do with my money with trading, you know, and I need to venture out into other shit, which I eventually will do, you know. Um, but as of now, I've been thinking about okay, I need to start an LLC for this trading shit. I need to start purchasing fucking like I want a new MacBook. But I don't want it to come out of my pocket. I'd rather come out of the business pocket. And then boom, business expense. Right? And then over time eventually so my mom does taxes, right? So she can help me out with this, you know? And like that's also like the life that I've been given, like it's fucking great. Like, you know, like I've been put in the right life to do everything that I want, you know, like I have all the resources that I ever need that I will ever need. And even if this trading shit didn't work out, like I still would have had a good life. I still would have had a good paying job. I would have taken over my mom's business eventually. Like I would have taken over her investment properties eventually. You know, like I would have never had a horrible life. So like that was also, oh, the dog just opened the door. But that was also, you know, refreshing and gave me like okay, like a more sense of calmness. Like okay, but I want to do my own shit. I don't want to fucking have my mom's money. Like, I want to give her money. Um, but back to the taxes, right? So I was reading over some tax code, and with the LLC, eventually you could turn that into an S corporation, right? And with the S corporation, let's say I make 500K in a year, right? This is just a number. I didn't make that much this year. 500K in a year, right? So since it's an S corp, you can give yourself a salary now. At this point, you give yourself $100,000 salary, right? 500K. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to have a board of directors. So I haven't looked that much into it yet. But basically, let's just to simplify, let's say 500K salary, you pay yourself 100 grand, right? And I got 400 grand right here. 100 grand. Out of that 100 grand, you make the max contribution towards your Roth IRA, your fucking HSA, and your 401K. So out of that, you could probably on the one side you could do like 44,000, right? So I'm not paying 44,000 in taxes, but rather I'm putting that into all of these things, which are considered assets, right? So my net worth is going to be going up, but at the same time, the S corporation part, the 400K is going to have to contribute the same amount into my Roth IRA. I'm gonna see if I can contribute any more. So on this side, I don't have to pay that taxes, but that right there is gonna be tax savings on my end. So boom, I'm saving taxes on like the employee part, like on myself. I also don't have to pay self-employed taxes, which saved me an extra 15% on taxes. So boom, I don't have to pay 44, and then boom, and then off of that alone, you get like I think $85,000 in tax savings, right? Um, Plus you're also putting in $80,000 yearly into your assets on your personal side. So shall anything ever happen to your business, your personal assets are still protected, right? And then vice versa, if anything happens to you, yada yada. So your personal assets are growing, you know. No, this is also growing. And then on this side, you can deduct more money, right? Because under section, I think 167, 197, it says you are able to deduct $1.2 million per year in deductions, right? So I'm probably gonna buy new MacBooks. I'm gonna buy a whole new setup under the S corporation. I'm probably gonna get a fucking office because do I want to do this at home? Nah. I'd rather have my own office and a boom, and then be looking over the city. Maybe. I'm not saying I would, but I could just like make my house all cool and shit, and not have to worry about shit. Still have my own personal office, but I get my own office and write off the rented expenses. Um, but yeah, like I need to figure out, okay, how do I structure myself so I am good forever? Like even if this trading shit, like for whatever reason just disappeared, like it's not gonna happen. But am I still gonna be good? So I have to invest into physical properties, right? So the taxes, boom, you do some deductions on my business expenses, and then along with that, I can also invest some into property, right? Which my mother also does. She's a realtor. She is a great woman. She's like put this entrepreneurship into me. So I thank her for that. She has a few Section 8 properties, and then she was just telling me about this one thing. Okay, if you have good credit, you don't need proof of income, yada yada. You just need to put up the down payment, and then you get a loan, right? She was telling me you get a $80,000 loan. You could probably get a bigger loan, but she was giving me an example. You get a fucked up ass property, right? You boom tear that shit down, $80,000. Boom, you only put 16 down, right? Off of that, boom, now you get another loan, which I think is gonna be like another 20 to fucking renovate that shit, probably for like 130, 135. Boom, you put in 80, then boom, 135. That's like 210, right? Let's say you put 210 into this, and like you technically only put 40, about 40,000, right? So now, boom. Once that house is done, right, probably by the end of the year, it's probably worth about 350 or more. Once it's worth 350 or more, boom, now you have that equity. You have an extra $100,000 equity, which you could take out. Boom, you pay out your $40,000 loan, and now boom, you're left with $60,000 extra. And then once you do that, once you sell the property, you do a 1031 exchange, and then move it on to the other property, so you don't have to pay taxes on the property that you just sold. you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so blessed to just have this knowledge, know about this shit, have people around me that do this shit, and know that everything is going to be financially taken care of. And it's not just anybody who does this real estate shit or the taxes. It's my mom. Like, it's the woman that I can trust the most in this life. So on the monetary side, I'm good. You know, like I'm good. Um, but I still have to make something like brick, like stable off a whole base. And then once I have everything established and a whole base, all right, now I'm getting cash flow and I'm getting money, and I don't need to do shit for it, like on this training shit. Even though I only need to do it for an hour or so, I still gotta click the button. I still gotta fucking analyze. I still gotta use my brain. But with the other shit, I don't gotta do shit. That shit just keeps coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. And once that shit keeps coming in, boom, now I'm making trading money, and now I'm getting this. And then boom, off of this money, I can invest it more into trading. I can put it back into business, and boom, and then I can bump on my salary, start putting more contributions into it. And then figure, like, like I still don't know how to do it all entirely myself, but that's what fucking books are for, and that's what reading's for. That's what my mom's for. She could help me out, you know. Um, so all of this trading shit is cool and all, and it makes a shit ton of money. Like, you still need to think about, what if I'm not here? You know, like, who's gonna trade for me? Like, nobody that I know can trade like I do. I mean, they can, but like, they're not gonna fucking do it for my family, you know. So what can I leave my family behind if I were to unfortunately pass away? I could leave them all this property because it's cash flowing monthly, monthly, monthly. You know, so I need to focus and think about, okay, where am I putting this money? Because by next year, like, I need at least 2 investment properties by the end of the year, maybe 3. Um, and then there's other things that I could invest to. You know, maybe I could do Airbnb. Who knows? Maybe that could be a lot more successful because I don't have to wait. And then boom, I just boom. You know, and then that's the other thing. Invest in yourself. Invest in learning. Buy courses and shit. Like, like the money that I made off of this fucking off of this top stuff shit, I invested in myself. Like, yeah, I bought a lot of fucking dumb shit, like clothes and weed and other shit, but I took some of that money and I invested in it myself. You know, I get invested in learning other things, because like video games are all fun and all, and like watching TV is fun and all, but yeah, shit gets boring, dude. Like, your brain gets so fried, that overloaded with dopamine, that it just does not become fun. Like, it just fucking sucks eventually, you know. So just learn shit, and this shit is going to make me money, you know. So I see it as an investment. Like, there is value in it, you know. And people are like, oh, this is a shit ton of money for a class, for a course. Like, so what? You're gonna learn. Like, is the value there? Like, is it worth that much? Like, do you think that this is going to improve yourself? You know, like, I'm fine with paying for shit. I'm fine for paying for monthly subscriptions. I'm fine for paying for shit, as long as it's gonna help me learn and grow and succeed. You know. Um. So yeah, like, just remember, everything's fine. Everything's good. Like, just trust the process. Think about it more long term than fucking than short term. Like, you don't need to make $1 million tomorrow. You need to make it like 5, 10 years. I mean, I need to make that shit by the next year, but still, if I don't make it, I'm cool, because I know I'll be so much fucking closer, so much closer. And I might hit it at the beginning of 2026, but next year, I've got my mind swilled on right. My risk management is down. My emotions are controlled. My stop IQ, that's the most important thing. The stop IQ. Oh my god, because you can start to size up. You put your stop here. Oh, you get those 10 RRs. Oh, that shit is nice. You know, you just get a perfect entry with good ass draw, with no drawdown, good ass drawdown. You know, whatever. The stop IQ. If you focus on anything in trading, is find out where the stop losses are. Because if you find out where the stop losses are, you know where to put your stop. You just get in and then boom, and then target. You know, and then that's it. That's it. Um, as I've seen my stop IQ increase, everything has been going a lot more smoothly. You know, more green days, less red days. You know, And that is the name of the game. That's fucking beautiful, you know, like I should have passed my express yesterday, dude. Cause oh my god, bro, I would have cooked this morning if I was on the express, bro. I probably would have gotten that fucking 6,000 that I needed to get that 3,000 payout, you know. For Bob, like oh my god, beautiful ass day. But like yeah, like all this shit, fucking amazing, dude. I love this shit. I love this trading shit. And like yeah, like this is it. This is it. Peace out, guys.